Hey guys, it's William here. Just sitting out here on the porch tonight, enjoying this phenomenal weather. I mean, it is in the upper 60s tonight, and man, I'm just loving it. I'm sitting out on the porch in shorts and a t-shirt, and I'm almost cold. So enjoying this while it lasts, because it's still August, and I'm sure it won't. But it's time for another SJ Porr Brew experiment review, and this is number 6 for me, and just want to share this with you tonight, and out in the nice crisp evening air here. And I was just sitting here leafing through my Brew Your Own magazine, and just came in today, and well, I think this is going to be a good magazine. You know, if you don't have this, this is a pretty good resource. It comes every 6 months or every 2 months, so you get 6 issues a year, and there's got a lot of good articles in it. You know, you can get it digital, you can get it print. I'm kind of old school in that way. I still like books and magazines, so I like the print. So I have not gone for the digital version with the iPad yet. But anyway, you know, this one looks like we're going to have some pretty good articles to look at. Focus is going to be pretty much on yeast. You know, it's talking about yeast strains, washing and reusing yeast. I don't know if any of you do that. I've tried that a couple times and ended up, you know, trying to set aside some yeast to reuse it, and then end up not using it because that yeast didn't match up with what I was wanting to brew, and I ended up throwing it out. And making yeast starters, and I do that. I don't know how many of you actually make yeast starters. I try to propagate yeast when I brew, so I like to have a good week head start with my yeast before I brew. But anyway, you know, that's just a thought there for those of you that might subscribe to that magazine, or those of you that might be looking at it. You know, that's a good source if you're into that kind of thing. Anyway, let's get to the task at hand, and that is tonight's review. What do we have here? As I pulled this fine specimen, this fine specimen from the brew fridge tonight, and again, it was done randomly, no going in there picking, just reach in and grab a bottle. And tonight we have Superspak and his Oatmeal Coffee Brown Ale. This sounds really good. Listen to this. He says he added 12 ounces of Munich, 10 ounces of chocolate, and his Sumatra coffee extract to the base. This sounds like this is going to be really something. I'm really looking forward to this. Man, I got some bubbles there right in the bottle when you give it a little quick shake. I don't think we'll have any issue with the carbonation. Let's give a little quick look at the packaging. Get it over here where you can see it instead of just having it out of camera angle here. You know, just you know, his label added onto a label, and actually this the bottle and the label that's underneath there is from the Three Floyds Brewing Company. Actually, I read an article about them a while back. I can't remember where it was. I don't know if it was in Brew Your Own or where, but I believe they are it's a dad and his 2 sons that run that brewery. I think they're up in the is it Michigan or Wisconsin? It's up in the Midwest somewhere. Anyway, cool bottle, cool label there. Superspak adding his own right on top there, and nice and long neck. So with that on the appearance, we'll get ready to give this a whirl. And I selected this fine glass for our reviewing pleasure tonight. And this came from the glass collection that I showed you the other night. So I thought, you know, once I pulled this beer, saw it was a dark beer and a stout, that, yeah, this would be the perfect glass for that. Got it out, washed it up, not with soap, mind you, just rinsed it out really good. Didn't put any soap in it, so there should be no residue. So with that, let's get on with reviewing here. Get that just out of the way, and let's put this here. And you know, I'm still going to be wrong. Let's open it up. Oops. Got a little hiss there as we started. And if you can see that, yeah, a little bit of bubbles there in the neck of the bottle. Let's give it a pour. Well, first let's. Oh yeah, you can smell that as it's coming out. Let's give it a pour. I can get that pretty aggressive, I believe. Get that where you can see it. Oh yeah, we can just put that up. Really nice and dark as it's coming out into the glass. A little bit of head bubbling up. I'm not going to worry about if there's any. I poured all in there. Who cares? Not going to see it anyway. As far as any yeast. Look at that. You can see the carbonation bubbles coming up the side of the glass right there. Just a little bit of a head right around the edge, and it's got a good cover across the top of the glass, so very nice appearance as it goes into the glass. As you can see, it's very dark. I'll put the light through it, see if you can see that there. You put a light into it and it gets really almost a red color, so that's a nice dark beer. Turn that off. Yeah. Really dark beer. We don't have to worry about any haze or anything like that, because you really don't see it in the dark beer like that. Wow, that's good and dark. I thought that would just display nice in that glass selection, and it does. You know, it really sits there well. As I sit here and talk to you, the head is starting to kind of go away, and you're just getting some residual bubbles. If I can look again, see if we're getting any carbonation coming up from the glass. Not a lot there. I don't really see any bubbles coming up. Can you see it from that side? Let's see. No, not a lot of activity there. All right, well, as that head is starting to dissipate, and that's not a bad thing. With dark beers like this, sometimes they just don't have a lot of head retention to them. Let's give this one a check out on the aroma. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can smell the coffee in this, and I'm sure as it warms up a little bit more, that'll even be more pronounced. I got this one out of the fridge and let it warm just a little bit. Maybe not to what I should have, because it still feels a little cold in the hand. Yeah, I definitely get the coffee off that. You said you used the Sumatra coffee, and it's getting a little dark out here. It's starting to have to see the Munich and the chocolate. Yeah, I'm really getting that coffee. And there's the roastiness of that you get from if you smell coffee when it's been freshly ground and it's in the basket, but then it's also sweet, and I think that's probably coming from the chocolate. I think as this warms up that the coffee is going to probably drop off, and maybe the chocolate's going to start rising to the top. But you don't get a lot of hop out of this. And you're really not it's not intended to, so there's not a lot of hop characteristic to the aroma. There probably won't be a lot of hop in the taste as well if the aroma follows, or if the taste follows the aroma. So let's give this one a whirl, and let's see how it tastes. So let's move into that. Mm. Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, yeah. When when I pull the beer in my mouth and let it set, um, I just got this wave of chocolate, and then just this push of the coffee right in behind it. So that bitterness from the coffee and well, I don't know if it's bitterness, but that it's just that morning coffee uh, that you get, and then that chocolate right with it. It's kind of hard to explain, at least for me anyway. But wow, that's pretty good. And it held. I mean, I'm still tasting that. I can still feel it on my tongue. Um, mm, yeah, I really get the coffee aroma, or not the aroma, but the residual flavor of the coffee. Um, let's get another taste of that. Yeah, as that warms, I'm starting to get more of the chocolate out of that. Mm, mm. Almost catch a little bit of a hint of an earthy feel to it. Mm. I don't know how to explain that, but it's just it's not dirty. It just it just feels substantial. And when that that flavor came, it just feels earthy. That chocolate still hangs in there. A great mouth feel. It's silky. Um, not quite in the realm of, say, a Guinness, but it's really a smooth. The carbonation is there. It's a carbonated beer, but it's not overdone. Um, it's very balanced. Mm. When I breathe in, when I still have the beer in my mouth, and I breathe in, it just pulls that roast from the coffee into it. Maybe that's the explanation. Maybe I'm really looking for. Um, but this is a good one. Um, as you see, just the bubbles just right around the edge of the rim of the glass here. They're just kind of the um, they're just kind of clinging to the sides of the rim. There's no real head retention on the top, but that doesn't detract from this beer. That's really okay. And wow, great job. Uh, Really a good beer. This would be one I'd like to make. Hmm. I guess the closest that I have in my recipe um, index is a Turkish coffee stout where you use cardamom. Uh, that's pretty good, but it's got more of a bold and harsher texture. This is it's got the coffee in it, but it's really almost like it's infused. And then you have the chocolate kind of getting in there and balancing it out. So um, you know it's not overdone. Sometimes with coffee beers, it's easy to overdo them. It's easy to put too much coffee uh, in the recipe. Just like kind of like with smoked beers, people will tend to overdo the smoke. Like a little bit is good, a little bit more is even better. Well, not always so. So this is well balanced. A very good submission. Glad it came my way. I like dark beer. This is a great choice on a nice, cool evening to sip. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Is it's starting to get dark, and I'm sure you're probably not able to really see well the rest of the video, so I'm going to sign off for the evening and enjoy the rest of this cool evening and this right here. Very nice. So let's move to the numerical grading on this one, and you know, pretty straightforward on the packaging. You know, I like the Three Floyds label. That's pretty cool, and the information from Superspak that he put on his on it as the additional straightforward long neck bottle. On the aroma, yeah, man, it's just really out there. You really get the coffee and the chocolate. Hold on a minute. Turn that off. But anyway, you get the chocolate and you get the coffee in as well, so it's well balanced. On the flavor, just very smooth and silky. This is a solid beer, and I really like it. So, with that being said, all things being considered, and I'm calculating it in my brain here, and really, with all that being considered, I think this one really comes out to being a solid 8.5. This is really an excellent beer. Nothing that you can really say about it that is a detriment. I mean, you know, maybe a little bit more head retention. I don't know but that doesn't detract from it. So, good solid 8.5. Great entry. Thank you for participating. Thank you for sending it. Thanks again to SJ Porr for the SJ Porr Brew experiment, for his idea and for his challenge to all of us, and also being one of the hubs. Also to the Clements Homebrew guys for doing that on the West Coast. It's a lot of work for them, and they really do deserve the great kudos that they get. So I'm going to check out here for the night. It's getting dark. The iPad is not picking up the light as much as it was. So cheers to all of you. Comment as you see fit. Subscribe if you wish. Push us out to your friends a little bit. You know, I'm gonna try to get better at the home brews, and also with the videos. So, well, I'd like to make one like this. So anyway, homebrewers, have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.